Generations 4 and 7 introduced the greatest number of mythical Pokemon, with a total of 5 each. Yes, Phione is just as mythical as Manaphy for all you naysayers. Darkrai is paired with legendary Pokemon Cresselia, though it is sometimes unclear if they are for or against each other. People who are grateful may invite Shaymin's graceful presence into their lives. Finally, the creator of all things, Arceus. Water makes up 80% of Manaphy's body. Water makes up to 60% of a human, 70% of an animal cell, 50% of a tree, and 95% of a jellyfish. Since Manaphy can produce Phione eggs by breeding with Ditto, it implies that Ditto can restructure its DNA to match Manaphy's. This is because successful reproduction usually requires the structure of the DNA of the parents to be similar. Phione is therefore a hybrid between Manaphy and Ditto in a similar way to how ligers are hybrids of lions and tigers. However, hybrids tend to be infertile or unhealthy due to the disparity in the number of chromosomes between the parents. Specifically, since Phione can also reproduce to produce conspecifics, Pokemon of the same species, it implies the chromosomes in the reproductive cells of Ditto, Manaphy, and Phione match almost exactly. Manaphy can produce Phione eggs, but Phione can't produce Manaphy eggs. Evolutionarily, this suggests Phione, which could have been a hybrid to start, may lack the full genetic information needed to recreate an original Manaphy. Darkrai afflicts those who enter its territory with nightmares. According to Harvard Health, about 3 to 7% of the US population experiences nightmares, especially children between the ages of 3 and 6. According to the same article, dreams may be recent autobiographical episodes that mix with older memories to potentially create a new memory for later. Meanwhile, nightmares are thought to be frightening dreams that reflect the feelings of terror, fear, distress, or anxiety we may have in real life, which would explain why more vulnerable people like children experience nightmares more frequently. Nightmares cannot simply be induced with our current knowledge of dreams and REM sleep, which is when dreams happen. However, according to a study from the University of Pittsburgh School of Medicine, about 80% of post-traumatic stress disorder victims suffer frequent nightmares. I can certainly imagine that the mere sight of Darkrai, especially Mega Darkrai's evil eye, in eerie darkness, could instantly trigger post-traumatic stress disorder. Shaymin can purify toxins in the air like some real plants. The NASA Clean Air study was designed to determine ways to make the air on a space station on the moon hospitable for as long as possible. Plants such as the red-edged Dracaena can absorb the toxins that would build up in an enclosed building, such as the organic pollutants benzene and formaldehyde. The peace lily is another example of a plant that can also remove pollutants found outside, such as ammonia. Ammonia is an important ingredient for the making of fertilizer. However, it can cause cardiac arrest in humans, decrease the productivity of plants, and cause eutrophication, which is when excess nutrients spill into bodies of water and cause algal blooms, suffocating aquatic life below. Arceus is the creator of the entire Pokemon universe. According to our current understanding, the universe was created according to the Big Bang Theory. This theory states that the universe rapidly expanded from a small point. The reason most scientists believe in this theory is because of the evidence supporting it. Before the Big Bang Theory was mainstream, people thought that the universe always was and always will look the way it currently does. This was called the steady state model. This meant the universe will satisfy the perfect cosmological principle that the distribution of matter would be unchangingly uniform over large scales. Since this does not corroborate with experimental findings, such as the observation of cosmic microwave background radiation, it was soon dismissed. The Pokemon universe would be centered around the point of Arceus' emergence from an egg. However, nobody knows where the universe began except that it is roughly 13.8 billion years of age. This is because the beginning of cosmic expansion started 13.8 billion years ago, which comes from extrapolating Hubble's law. As a result, it is unknown whether the universe is infinite, as our observable universe is naturally centered around the Earth. So you are technically the center of your observable universe, just not the universe. Arceus would have needed to have created all the energy existing in the universe, since Palkia, Dialga, and Giratina are its creations, and Arceus can use more powerful versions of their signature moves. It means Arceus must be capable of producing all the energy in the universe. The total energy in the universe may well be infinite, but the energy in our observable universe is on the order of 10 to the power of 70 joules. That number is 1 followed by 70 zeros. That's just for our observable universe, and this energy is already practically infinite. No wonder Arceus went into a deep slumber shortly after creating everything. Maybe it expended its 1000 arms in the process so it could not replicate the creation of the universe. However, in the Arceus event in Sinjil Ruins, it is implied that the arms are unknown and that Arceus can replicate its creations. Briefly, the zero energy hypothesis suggests that the total energy of the universe in its entirety is zero, as the positive energy cancels out the negative sources in the form of gravity. The idea is suggested by the likes of Stephen Hawking, who exemplifies with this paraphrased analogy.
If you build a hill, from where do you get the materials? Do you not have to dig a hole of equal size somewhere else?